Let me go ahead.
There we go.
All right, everybody, this call is being recorded, quality purposes and all that good stuff, marketing purposes.
Yeah, and I was curious. It's like you don't use Facebook for all your marketing, right? You use other channels or
I mean, each person's different. It just depends on what platforms you're comfortable with. I've been sticking to what's been on the training though. But just to answer your question before we get too much further into other questions, so right back here is where these tools, referral partners, and then you go through the trainings here. You want to go
yeah,
watch everything and study everything. And you'll see once you go through these trainings, then it'll open up your referral links. And so you've got two different referral links here. You got this one, and you scroll down, you see this is the Success Path Masterclass.
yeah.
The training will explain what this is. So I'm not going to take time to explain that today because the training will do that for you. And
Yeah.
then the second one is Unlock Your Potential, which is the book capture page right there. So you can copy this. You just hit this copy, and you see if I put, and you can customize this too. So if you share it with a particular person and you want to be able to track that, so I click copy, I can go here to a new browser. Actually, I'm gonna do incognito because I don't want this to save it. So we'll paste it in there, and then see where it says the equals right here.
Yeah.
Then I could say, if I was sharing this link with you, for instance, Jeffrey,
Yeah,
I
you can track where it goes and all that.
yeah, I could say Jeffrey Ansel. See that? See, that's got your name. So if I then copied this and then actually shared that with you, so now that I copied it, it'll copy the same way with your name on there, and then hit return. See there, it's still got your name up there.
Yeah.
So that allows me to track it if I share it to individual people. If I'm just so you can have conversations with people, whether they're on your Facebook profile or they're sitting right in front of you, you know? So hello, David. So that's where you find the referral links right there, but you have to go through there, and then back here it'll track your commissions and everything, and your members, your leads, your cart abandons, your customers. So it'll track all that stuff for you, which is pretty cool.
So when you try to get into that Facebook group, you have to put one of those links in there to know that when it asks that question, what's your affiliate link?
That's the affiliate link right there.
Okay, so you
But you
just
have to
use
go
that
through the
one.
training, but you have to go through the training to get your affiliate link.
Yeah, I went through the first set of trainings and that.
This is the updated version. They just updated this like a week or so ago, a week or two ago, if
Yeah,
that.
well, I watched that last week, I believe.
Then you should have your affiliate links back there.
Yeah,
So what you'll want to do is go to tools and then the referral partners, and then drop down to the link that says referral links. It says it right
yeah,
there, like I showed you just a minute ago. And
yeah.
they'll have your links right there. So you can just copy them and share them with people. Or you can create an ad. The training tells you exactly how to market that if you want to market directly to those links.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you can start making money now. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where's let me
Yeah, I know you have to wait for a while once you actually make a sale because they have to do all their stuff and make sure it goes through everything in case there's no returns and all that before you actually get your commission.
yeah, there's a time frame.
Mhm.
Yep. So I mean, because that's all they their policies are wrapped around, laws and things like that. And some states make companies have a mandatory return or cancellation policy. but it talks about all that inside of there. So if you have any questions about that at all before asking anybody, just go back through that training or go back to the specific training that you have a question about, and it should spell it out for you. And then if you still have questions, then just email. It'll tell you in there if you have further questions. Email support at Entre Nation, I believe it is, or support at Entre Institute. It's listed in there. Cool.
Yep.
All right. So as far as homework goes, back to homework again.
Well, I have a question, Wilson, before you move on.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you put Jeffrey's name at the end of the link, and you said that's how you track who you give it to, the link. So once you get out, that on the browser, that's probably going to go away. Or if you exit out,
if I shared that link with you though, then it will. Matter of fact, here, let me share it in the chat here, and you can go to it.
Basically the way you showed on it.
Now, if you click on it, you'll see,
yeah.
you'll see that Jeffrey's name still shows up in your own browser. Go ahead and click on that, both of you, or all three of you. David, are you there? Let me know what you see up in the browser.
I say it changed. It said your chatting is good. Whatever.
No, open the chat and then
I had to click on that to get out of the way.
Open the chat and then click on that link that I just put in the chat box.
Yeah, it shows my name and everything.
Yeah, click on that and then it'll open up your browser.
And people can just click on that, then it goes to the actual. Because I thought when you use all this stuff, you had to like build your own through Ontrasoft, then put it out there.
No, it's all, they've got it all done for you. I mean, they've done a lot of work on the back end. So did you click on the link?
Yeah, I did.
And then when it opened up your browser, does it show your name in the back end?
Yeah.
Yep. So see, now when I go back, Belinda, to answer your question, when you go back to your links, the link that you copy won't have Jeff's name in it. You got to keep track of that. Like I would recommend doing a Google spreadsheet in Google Docs, and then just you could put in like your leads names. Like we're using Jeffrey, for example, here. So you'd put in Jeffrey Ansel and, or wherever it is you track your leads, if you track them in your back office of Ontrasoft or however you do it. But an easy way and an accessible way where you don't lose track of it or you don't lose it is to use Google spreadsheets like Liam's recommended before. And then you could copy this link and put it in there. And that way you could see, that it matches up with your lead. So you could share the link without putting somebody's name in there. That's just for tracking. They give you that ability just for tracking. So if you want to track your sales track, like I've sent the link out to quite a few people individually, and it's people that I know, and I put their name on it. And that way, if it pops in my back office, if for some reason they didn't put their name in or they put a different name, some people might do that don't know you. They might put a false name. Then you can see that you actually shared it. Like say you had a lead come through Facebook, a Facebook ad, for example, and let's say that lead's name was Bob Jones. Okay. And you had actually had a conversation over the phone with Bob Jones or whatever, and he wanted to go to the next step. And so you sent him this link and you actually put Bob Jones on the end of that instead of like in place of where I put Jeffrey's name there. And let's say then a few weeks goes by, you've tried to follow up with Bob and Bob just doesn't reply to you anymore. But then you get a sign up notification in your email that says, hey, you got a new sign up on the $3.95 offer, $3.95. And it shows up as Jim Smith. but your link says Bob Jones. So you know that, either Bob Jones is his correct name or Jim Smith is his correct name, but it gives you an opportunity to straighten things out, you see. Now, if you're if you're doing a Facebook ad directly to your offer, not going to your groups, for instance, if you were just doing a direct ad straight to this offer, then you could instead of put Jeffrey's name or Bob Jones's name there, right past the equal sign, you could put Facebook ad and then whatever you named your ad. So, I use the date a lot of times when I'm doing stuff. So, what is today? Today's the 17th. So I would put 07.17.2023 in my ad title, and that gives me an idea when I started that, right? So you could even use the date at the end of that. So just do FBAD or FB.AD for Facebook ad, and then do .07.17.2023. And that would give you a way of tracking it, knowing where these leads are coming from. Because if you're doing an ad directly to an affiliate offer, obviously you're not going to know the leads that are coming through that. They're just going to go straight to the offer. And if they sign up, Entre takes over from that point. They got their own sales team, customer service, all that stuff. Once they sign up back there, they'll get a call from somebody to schedule a call, with a what they call them originally, an advisor or
A fac-
you know what I'm talking. The person you initially talked to, somebody in that position will call them. So all the upsells from there on out is on Entre. So basically, if you get them in that funnel, they're your customer for life. And anything they upgrade to at any point, you get a commission on. Pretty cool, huh? So there you go. All right, so back to homework. Wait, before that, did that answer your question, Belinda?
Yes, it did. Yes.
All right, so David, you weren't on. So just to recap, last week's homework was do a takeaways video inside of our group with our Facebook group with Liam. Just takeaways from last week's coaching call. Oh, well, you guys weren't, who wasn't on there? Jeffrey and neither you or David was on there, right?
I wasn't.
You wasn't? Okay. Jeffrey, you were on the call?
Wednesday, no.
I'm only asking, I didn't see your faces, but I didn't know if you guys dialed in or not.
Well, I was gonna watch the replay, but Liam just shared it, yesterday?
Well, I was just wondering if you were on the call on Wednesday.
Huh?
Yes, no?
Jeffrey and David were not on the call. It was
Okay.
just you and me.
Okay. Cool. So, and you watched the replay, Jeffrey?
Not yet. Liam just put it on there yesterday, so I never got a chance.
Okay. I'm
It
just
showed
asking
up
because
when
I was
was
just
at
trying to
work,
find out.
so-
I just want to make sure I wasn't
Yeah.
being redundant and telling you guys the homework assignments, but so just for you guys' knowledge or information, if you want to take this down, the homework assignments for last week were, number 1 was to shoot a takeaways video, live video inside Liam's coaching group. Just for your takeaways. So like if you weren't there, and you can go watch the replay and then do your takeaways. Hey, and guess what? You want a time-saving feature? Who would like to know a time-saving feature on replays?
Oh, speed it up.
Yeah. I didn't see your hand though, Jeffrey. So I can only share this with Belinda and David. Just kidding. So just whenever you open up the replay, down in the bottom right hand corner is a little gear icon. You click on that gear icon, and it'll give you the option. It'll say playback speed, and it'll give you the option to go 1.25, 1.75, or 2 times the speed. Sometimes 2 times a little bit too fast, but
Without distorting your voice?
yeah, or you, because you want to get the information right. So usually
So,
I
I mean, if
recommend
you
like
speed up an audio, you get the sound of like, you know, a cartoon
Chipmunk.
character.
chipmunks.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Hollywood wanted to sign me up for that right there. Just saying. That was a joke.
Of course.
All right. So yeah, you can speed that up one, you know, I don't really recommend 2 times the speed unless you can really get it. But if you're trying to learn from it, then do 1.25 or 1.5. And if they're talking really slow, then you can do 1.75. But 2 times the speed usually is a little bit too fast, and they're very much chipmunk
This is for
replay.
somehow I'm thinking that this is for my replay, listening to myself do a takeaway. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I was saying is if you did not make the coaching call or any live call, for instance, that you were registered for, like this accountability call or the coaching call,
Oh,
if you were not able to make it to that call and you didn't dial in, so you didn't get to hear the lesson at
Right.
all.
right.
I mean, you paid for that lesson, so you might as well listen to it, right?
Absolutely. So you can speed it up so it takes so long. I got it.
Yeah, I was just saying, if you need a time saving feature, if you're working hard or whatever, you can speed that up a little bit, but don't speed it up too much, so much to where you can't absorb the information. Okay.
Where's the menu for that?
Is
Is
it
it hidden?
Guys, killing me. So, okay, let me just walk you through it here real quick. Let's see. Here, screen share.
All my menus are hidden. It's like several layers deep.
No, it's not a menu. So let's see, share. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go over here to Facebook, and I'm gonna go over here to our coaching group. And actually, all the replays, he posts them here, but you can also go to, whoops. You can
How do
also
you
go,
get to the group by clicking on discussion.
you can also go to guides. And guides is where we'll have the weekly homework assignments.
Yep.
And you have the ability to check them off and say you're done. But done also means implemented. So like I've got everything done except for the last 2 lessons in number 5. So I can't check that off. It wouldn't do me any service to check that off until I'm actually done with them. And
Yep.
I've also implemented all the steps within that lesson.
Yep.
So that's why I haven't checked that off, but I've got all these checked off. See? All right. But you can also, not just the homework. So this is the weekly to-dos, aka
Right. Yeah, I've been there enough times.
I'm just covering this for everybody.
Yep.
And then group coaching replays is right here.
Yep.
So last week was week 6, July 12th. So you click on that. And then down here, week 6, right there.
That's a weird way to get there.
I was just giving you another way, David.
I know, but I'm confused because you were clicking on, let's say you click on group 6, right?
All right,
Week
here,
6?
watch. Here, watch this. We'll
All
go
right.
back to the home page
Yep.
of it should be right on the front. There, looky there, you got your takeaways video. Nice. And then this was July 12th right here.
Yep.
I just wanted you to see where it's at under guides, just in case you want to see it in a line by line, because right here, you're going to see everybody's videos and all this other stuff. So if you wanted a focused view on what the to-dos are or what the replays are, is just go under guides. But anyway,
Right. So when you went to a particular one, like you go to MR1 right now, if you go to MR1, then you can see MR1 through MR6 again. That's what confused me.
All right. Well, to take away the confusion, let's just put it like this. Just go to the main page.
Yep.
And then find it where he's posted last week's
Yeah, click on it. Go ahead, click on it.
And then
All
my
right, so now it's got the, okay,
my goal here, David,
I
was
know, I know. But when you were one level back, you clicked on that one level back and there was still 6 more items because it didn't.
yeah,
look-
that was
it
all
just,
previous weeks. That was like week 1, 2, 3, 4. This was week 6.
yeah,
That was all the previous weeks is what that list was showing you.
right. But when I clicked on one of those, then it went down to another list, which was all 6 again.
I don't know what you clicked on, so I can't tell you
Yeah, never mind.
screen. But sorry if it confused you. I was just trying to make things
No, you did fine. Maybe I just got messed up with the visual.
your main question, your initial question. So
Yep.
I went to this video
Yeah,
play, which is probably not okay. I don't know if it'll play because we're on this video right now, so it probably won't play. But over here, that little gear icon,
yep,
you click on that, and then you go up to playback speed,
okay.
and then you see where you can even slow it down.
Wow.
Like if somebody's
Wow.
slow, then or way too fast, then you can slow it down.
Right,
You know, usually these two here are pretty good about still being able to understand them clearly and still being able to absorb stuff.
right.
For me, for you guys, it may be different. Two, I don't really recommend unless they're just talking like this.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So has everybody got that?
If there's anybody I want to slow down, it would be Stevie.
Your weekly tip for the week to help you save time. And for the low fee of only $199, and you can send that right to my Cash App. Just kidding, Jeez, trying to get you.
Wilson, I have a question.
All right.
Okay. Week 3, Liam put the outline of an ad, and he put it, I mean, he put it in wherever he put it. Anyway, it was mainly geared towards David. And I was trying to find it and I could not find it. And I looked under
It's
discussions, I looked under guides. It's the one where it's an example of an ad and then it says pain points and it says, I don't know what else it says, but at the very bottom it says call to action.
that's your Facebook ad outline. And there's it's not all just one. There's like a couple different types of ads there. So
Okay. Well, I couldn't find it. I really looked and I just
all
couldn't
right.
find it. So I had contacted David and David went ahead and he emailed me
Let's
it.
watch this. Boom. I'm gonna go share screen again. We'll go right back to our Facebook group. And see, I'm on the main page of this Facebook group. Can you see that, everybody?
Yes.
And then right down here underneath the invite button is this little magnifying glass. And so you hit on that magnifying glass and just do add outline.
Found what she's looking for. If you go back into the guides and go to the text and go to week 3 and look at the comment, it pops up that document you're looking for.
That's
Well,
in Facebook group, right, Jeff?
say that again, Jeff, please.
Okay, so you go to your guides in our Facebook group that Liam has and click on the text and go to week 3. Then if you click on the comment in that thread, it'll show that link in there that you're looking for that document. You get what I'm saying?
Can you do it? Can you share a screen and do it if it's okay with
Yeah, I can do
Wilson?
that.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
think
can
I
do
tried that.
So when you go to guides and do the text part of it, you can go down to week 3. then if you click on that little comment, it'll pop up the comment and it's right there.
Okay, well,
If
I
you
didn't know
click on
that. Okay.
that, then it gives you that document you're looking for.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Just go
I
back
was
again
looking
to
for it. It took a bit, then I was like, okay, it's in the comments.
Jeff.
gotta
Just go
find
back
it.
and do it again.
Go to the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
retrace your steps because I got a little bit lost.
I gotta just. Okay.
You go into guides.
Kind of move that thing. Yeah, so if you're in here, you got your text.
Your
Go
weekly
to number
to-dos.
3, it'll show you the whole list.
Yep, MR3. Yep, week
But
3.
then you just go to this little comment. Well, I just did see more, but you hit comment, then
Yep.
it pops up.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's the part I didn't know. I'm looking for
Yeah.
the word comment and I kept,
I was clueless also.
Yeah,
yes,
sometimes
thank
you
you
gotta
so
keep
much.
looking
Now I
and figure
know.
it out.
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you very much, Jeff.
Yep.
There you have it. So thank you, Jeffrey, for finding that for them.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks a lot, Jeff.
Yes, Jeffrey, thank you so much.
You would have put in
no
there
problem.
where the link was in where you showed him there it was inside the group. If he would have put Facebook ad outline right before the link, then it would have been searchable. So you would have been able to click where I showed you that magnifying glass, but it wasn't there. That's why it didn't pop up in my search right there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So let me stop this share here. So if I were you, Belinda, I would save as, open up that, click that link that Jeffrey showed you where it was at in the comments section of lesson 3, not module 3, coaching lesson 3. Right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. In the text.
Yeah, in the comments, text comments.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it when he showed it to us. Now I know where it is.
Click on that, open it up. And then at the top left of your screen, hit the word that says file, and then scroll down where it says save as, and then save it either to your desktop or, if you save it to your desktop and Google Docs, save it both places. But you've
Both
got,
places. Absolutely.
what's that, sir?
Save both places.
Like mine's. I see David got the color memo today. Well,
Okay, so you said to,
sorry.
excuse me, you said to save it to Google Docs or what other one?
Your desktop.
Desktop, okay.
Wherever you can find it, remember to find it.
As long as you can find it after you save it.
Okay,
Yeah, wherever it's easy for you to find it, exactly like what David said just now.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah.
to know the space. You
it'll
find-
probably be,
That's why Liam at the beginning of all this, he said, try to keep all your documents in one location. And the reason he says Google Docs is because you can access Google Docs from any of your devices. If you save all your stuff to your desktop and then you're out somewhere and you didn't bring your laptop or you don't have a computer with you and you're trying to access it from your phone, you won't be able to access it. But if you have it saved to Google Docs, you can download you can access Google Docs because that's a cloud-based service, right?
Yeah.
You can
Is
access
Google Docs like OneDrive on the PC? On the PC, there's something called OneDrive. Is that the kind of same notion?
PC. That's like Apple Cloud. So it's the cloud for your PC.
Right, OneDrive.
OneDrive, yeah, for Microsoft. That's
Right, for Microsoft. So that OneDrive on Microsoft is the same thing as Google Docs, which is more universal for everybody, whether you got a Mac or a PC or whatever.
No, it's not the same.
No?
Nope. OneDrive is a cloud. You can store all kinds of whatever in there, pictures, videos, documents. Google Docs is a place where you can go and actually create various documents like spreadsheets, Excel style format, Word docs, various things. It exists on a cloud, on Google's cloud, but it is not the same as Microsoft OneDrive.
From what standpoint? Because you said I can't store images on it.
No, it's not what I said. No, I said it's just not the same. They're both OneDrive is a cloud for you to store all your stuff in. You know, Google Docs is on a cloud, but it is not a cloud in and of itself.
Oh, but it's the same function, same purpose, same outcomes, same effect. Right? I can store anything I want on
I
it.
would say probably the best answer on that I can give you on that, David, just because I am not a tech guru of any kind, I just know the basics, would be to just write down, say, Google, type it in on your Google search and do Google search Microsoft OneDrive versus or VS
Right.
Google Docs, and it'll tell you the difference. Remember, that's what Liam said too. If you guys have hyper specific questions like that, a lot of times our best resource is Google itself, just to Google the answer, because then you can get it in its exact definition versus like getting it from somebody like me that's just going to give you a about answer,
Yep, I hear you. Makes sense.
All right, well, what else do we want to use the rest of this call for? We only have 5 minutes or 10 minutes actually, but we should be able to start getting to where we're getting off this call about 5 or 10 till. That way you got time to prep for your next, if you end up setting a meeting at 11 o'clock, you got a 5 or 10 minutes to prep for that. Anybody?
What's going on in the next 10 minutes?
Now you're just saying if you have another call to go to, you
Yeah,
want to be ready for it.
Thank
was-
you, Belinda.
Belinda, I was just
I
saying
s-
that
I see.
we should get in the
get it.
habit of trying to end our calls. An ideal call of any kind is about 50 minutes, because then you can actually set your calendar. Like if you want to max out your day with other calls, like say you're talking to leads that can be income producing, or if you're needing to get on a study, you can set it for 11 o'clock, for instance, from this call. If we can get off here, have a goal of getting off here by 10 minutes till, then that gives you that 10-minute window to get up, go to the bathroom, get you something to drink, go over your notes for your 11 o'clock. If you have one, I'm not saying you do have one. I'm just saying that if you run in your calendar and you're trying to max out your calendar and get as many appointments in there as possible, which is what we all should be doing right now, then we need to try to keep our calls to 50 minutes or less. And that includes with your clients or your leads, because then you can actually book a call on the hour, every hour, and be a tad bit early to that call, so you're there before they are. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. So are we going to end this call now?
I was asking if you guys had anything else you'd like to achieve on this call before we get off. And then I meant that it would be good if we can try to get all of our stuff done in 50 minutes, and that way we can all be a little bit more productive throughout the week. Anybody?
Yeah, that question I asked you earlier, it's like, what do you usually use for all your content? YouTube and all that, or
For my content? Like
yeah, cause some people use Facebook, and are you using like all the other platforms? Cause I don't really see you use Facebook too much
for my ad?
or anything.
Yeah,
What do you focus on?
you're probably not going to see my ad because you're not in
No,
my.
not the ad. I'm just saying basic content. Cause you know how they say it's important to post content daily?
Yep. I don't actually do it every day. I need to be doing it every day, but I don't
So
actually.
you do use Facebook, but you use all the other channels mostly?
I don't use all the channels. No, I am trying to learn TikTok because that's in the new training. Um, doing those short form videos like what Liam's been talking about. But you can do short form on. I've been doing more reels lately than I have regular content because that's kind of where our training has been focused.
Yeah.
So
So you just been lacking content like everybody? Okay.
no, I got a whole content calendar written out of topics I want to cover. So there's as far as like live trainings, that's something I have slacked on. So I've been trying to get my audience to answer what they want, but they're not answering me appropriately. And so therefore I'm just going to have to just start doing them, and
Pick
they
one that you
like them or they don't.
like when, yeah. Just kind of like, what's her name? Sandra? Been
Jeremy,
watching
question?
before. Yeah, Stevie Bodner. She was mentioning, ask your audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Did you
saw
guys,
that one.
audience? I know I did. I put out a
Did we,
video.
Yeah, I saw that.
what's your question, Jeremy?
What's
Jeremy,
up?
what's your question?
Go ahead and tell them, Jeffrey.
The question I had to you, and I was just asking him what platform he uses all his content for.
Oh,
Some people use Facebook and other people use like YouTube or whatever. So that's what I was asking him.
I'm trying not to get too diverse because at the beginning of our training in the affiliate accelerator, it said it advised us to try to pick one niche and one platform,
yes.
and they recommended Facebook. And even though in the new training they kind of start off with TikTok with those short form videos, that still leads back to a Facebook group,
Yeah.
because the way Facebook has it to where you can actually accumulate your group in one private area without it being public, is pretty phenomenal the way they do that, and their algorithm with their interests and things like that. So all the other platforms that as far as I know and from what I've seen, anybody studying an entre, if they're studying the other platforms, most of them all lead back to a Facebook group. So it's still, I would say, I'd say ask Liam, but I'm going to assume it's still suggested that we continue to grow our Facebook groups. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just trying to maximize your audience by using all the other platforms. And that's why Jesse talks about that, whatever that word is,
Syndication.
synthesize, yeah,
Yeah.
where you can make the TikTok reel. Remove the watermark if you can figure it out without, because I noticed some people are having problems with certain apps not removing it, so they just post them anyway. But they can take that video and put it on each platform. So
Yep.
they say sometimes the platforms real popular, they'll die out. Then this platform's popular, it'll die out. So if you post it on all of them, it keeps you going,
True.
which is very,
But I would err on the side of caution in the sense that if you cannot figure out one platform, or I mean, if you can't get one platform productive, or just to the initial stages of productivity,
yeah,
then by you jumping around to different platforms, now you got to learn an all new platform. You got to learn all their rules. You got to learn all that stuff. So, that's what they talked about in the affiliate accelerator to begin with, didn't they, guys? They talked about pick one niche and one platform, but now you're into mastery. So some of this stuff, Jeffrey, that we've been going over week after week after week should have been completed in the affiliate accelerator. And even Liam stated that several times, like he was kind of puzzled as to, because there's certain qualifications to get into MR1. And if you haven't had those things going, then something got mixed up somewhere, you see. So it's important to get the steps done so that you can continue to have progress. And I know it's tough, and especially at this stage right now where we're at, there's a lot of stuff. And I'll tell you, who all's gotten towards the end of module 5?
I'm in the middle.
Okay. Anybody else gotten towards the done any of module 5? Okay, because that was last week's homework. But I'm going to tell you, those last 2 or 3 modules are packed full of step by step by step, and you're going to have to pause that video quite a few times,
Yes.
take down a bunch of notes.
Yep.
Because there's more setup involved to progress even further.
Yep.
And so if you're not already set up from previous lessons, then further setup isn't gonna, you're gonna have to have, some things have to be set up before further setups can happen. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It's just
Yeah.
like we talked about before. If you're building a building and you want a strong foundation, if you say, well, I'll just skip this block in this foundation, and I'll skip this block over here, and I'll skip this block, but I think I'll just jump forward and start building from up here instead of filling in all this. Well, then you're going to have these gaps, and they're going to have so much weight up here that because you skipped all this, sooner or later it's going to collapse because you skipped steps. So that's what's important, you know. And I mean, it's just hammering home the same stuff we talked about before. We just got to do it. You know, you got to get those steps done. And even if it means starting a new Facebook account or under a new email address or whatever, if you're still stuck on like Jeffrey, you were stuck on Facebook, your ads account was shut down. And you know, I've faced some problems myself with that. So everybody faces problems, you know. I've had multiple of my ads rejected, and they send me warnings that they're going to shut down my account. So, you know, it can happen, but there's always a workaround. You know, we just got to figure it out and get it done.
Yeah.
So, but
I-
anyway, I wanted to forewarn you guys, like module 5, the first couple 2 or 3 lessons seem simple. And the rest of it's simple, but there's a lot of little bitty, you know, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here.
Different formulas.
Yeah. And so what I do is I take a piece of paper, and then I'll start writing them down. Like I'll write, you know, whatever this was, and then I'll put an arrow meaning next step.
3-letter acronyms.
No, I'm not talking acronyms. No.
I know, but there was module in lesson 3 of module 5. It was a spreadsheet, and there was all these different acronyms for these formulas, and it was like you got to slow down and pay attention. What's the purpose and meaning?
So, and that might be those might be great to listen to at a slower speed. So I showed you how to slow down your videos.
Yes.
So slow those down, but make sure you hit that pause button. Don't just watch it and then be like, well, I got to go back and watch it again. Why waste your time? You know?
I'm pausing all the time.
Yeah, pause it. That's you making the most out of your time. Is if you pause it, it's going to take you less time to pause it and write it down and then go do it than it would be to watch the whole thing and then come back and watch it again and have to pause it and write
That
it.
sucks. Yeah.
It just
I
doesn't
have
make
a question after you finish,
Sure.
Wilson.
Yeah, I have a question also.
you got it.
Belinda is first.
Okay, so I had this one lady that was in my group, that is in my group, and she started asking me questions. She's like, okay, so how do I get started? And okay, so it's my first one, of course, and of course I'm gonna mess up and do it wrong, of course. And I gave her the information. I remember back in the modules, you're supposed to, and I think the reason I remember because after I had just taken, I gave her this information, and then I take this quiz, and one of the questions is right there, and it's like, you're not supposed to give them, you're supposed to give them the what and why, but not the how.
Not the how.
And I gave her the how. And after I gave her the how, I mean, I think we conversed like maybe 3 or 4 comments or statements. And after I gave her the house, she didn't answer anymore. So I'm thinking, well, number one, she's either not interested because now she knows how, and she didn't want to go through that. She doesn't want to do that. And if that's the case, I'm okay with that. I'm fine. But I guess my question is, does that mean she still is inside my Facebook group? But anything I post, she's still going to be seeing it if she doesn't get out. And if she gets out, I don't know how I'm going to know that she got out.
What's her name? I mean,
I think
you don't have to tell,
Mary Beth Davis.
I was gonna say you don't have to tell us, but I mean, you can go in your group and see if she's in there or not. Just by searching your
You
group
have an
members.
email address?
You can search by your group members, but if you've set up, if you've set up your Entrasoft correctly and your group leads correctly, then it's monitoring your group members on in the back end of the back office of your Entrasoft. And so you'll see when people come and go. It'll give you those reports. But if you're just curious to know, then the easiest way for you, if you haven't set all that stuff up, is just to go inside your own group, click on the members tab, and then search for that member. But honestly, if I were you, I mean, you're going to lose some people every now and then. That's just part of it. Not every store gets every customer. That's why multiple stores exist, it's because of the same kind, and then it's just who touches the customer the most. When I say touch the customer, I mean the follow-up and the presenting with your branding and stuff like that. That's why, and then also listening to your customers and what they want. That's where Walmart won over Kmart, because Kmart refused to update and upgrade their systems. They still had the same old blue light special, many years after Walmart started remodeling their buildings and making their buildings look better, because they were listening to their customers like, we don't want to go into a place with an old nasty floor, that feels like it's a secondhand dollar store, to buy our stuff. We want to go into a nice clean place. And so that's why Walmart started upgrading. And the owners of Kmart, and I know this because I used to work for Walmart corporate, and the owners of Kmart they're like, no, we don't need to spend the money. We've already got the customer base. If we spend the money, then we lose profits. But they weren't looking ahead. So my whole point in that is saying, follow up with your customers. And if they don't answer you, don't badger them, don't hit them so often that they don't want to talk to you because they feel like you're, they just feel like you're just too much, right? So, but you want to send them a direct message and just say, hey, I didn't talk to you since when. I'm just trying to follow up with you and make sure that the information that I gave you worked. And if it didn't, to try to find out what I need to give you to make sure that it does. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Follow up is easy if you think of following up with your people, your leads and such, and your people inside your group as if they were a friend or a family member. So you would care about the result and you would care about their feedback. Whether it be good or bad, you're going to be accepting and loving of either. I mean, obviously you hope for the better on your side, but you don't want to come at it at the sense of, you don't want to be eager for a sale. You don't want to come across, so that comes across as salesy or needy. You don't want to come across. That's why we've had all these lessons on being authentic, and you're creating your business around your passion, your why, your through line, your I believe statements. Because if you don't, then you don't really care about the topic or the thing you're trying to sell, or the topic you're trying to talk about. You care more about the sell. And in this day and age, there was a time, 30 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, when you could be salesy and it would work. And it still works today, the whole door-to-door sales type thing, but it doesn't work as effectively because in this day and age, if you read statistics, people want authenticity. They want to know that the person they're spending their money with cares about the outcome that they get with the product or service that they purchase from you. And so even before they purchase, so they want to know that they get value, great value, and they also want to know that you actually care.
Okay,
I hope that helps. Did that help you?
yes.
So
Because I wasn't thinking of reaching back to her to follow up. I mean, I thought she's like, just dropped me. It's like, I don't want to have anything to do with that because she didn't come back and said anything anymore.
but you never know, like something could have happened. Like, and this goes back to even like Jeffrey's comment earlier when he's like, I haven't seen a whole lot of content over the past couple of weeks. I was in a motorcycle accident a few weeks ago, and so I've been working on healing. I'm having to go to physical therapy, to doctor's appointments. So I've had a lot more going on than my normal schedule usually allows. Right. So and I'm just being honest and upfront. I haven't been posting like I should. And I know that, and that eats at me every time I go. Like I was at a physical therapy appointment, just barely made it back here in time to do this call with you guys. So you see, and
That's my question.
I'm in a state that I don't live in, so I'm not familiar with any of these places around here. And everything's at least 30 minutes or an hour and a half away from me. So that's really put a time crunch on me. But I'm not using that as an excuse. It's just saying, that's part of it. But you're going to have people, like I said, drop out. But before they drop out, make sure you do your due diligence. Because if sorry, I was having a problem getting that word out. Due diligence. It's that DO word again. It's DUE. Do your due diligence. Just follow up like you care. Hey, I know we talked about this. We had this conversation. Remind them of the conversation, and then just simply say, how is that working for you? I want to follow. This would be an easy thing for you to say, Belinda, to your person. What was her first name again?
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth. Okay. Hey, Mary Beth, this Belinda Martinez, just reaching out to you. Just reaching out to you. I don't like the word stop by, or I'm just stopping by, because that doesn't have much importance. I'm reaching out to you to follow up. State your exact intention. I'm reaching out to you to follow up on our previous conversation, to make sure that it worked for you. And if my advice did not work for you for any reason, then I want to find out why, so that I can help you get the result that you're looking for. Because really that's what they want, right? They have a problem and they're looking for a result. They're looking for a resolve. So if they can see that you're truly authentic, now don't get upset if she still doesn't answer you. You might follow up another couple, 2 or 3 times, or just put her on an email drip where she's on an email once a month that where you're sending out an email value-based content. And then if she backs out of your group altogether, well, that's okay. That means she wasn't a right fit for you. That means you can focus more of your energy on the ones that are.
Right. Of course, I don't know anything about her. I'm just going to guess that she's a pharmacist or pharmacy technician. I have no clue because I didn't ask those questions. I have asked before, are you a pharmacist? Are you in the pharmacy field? I have when I was doing my ads campaign. But this conversion ad, I haven't been saying that. And so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And, just strike up a conversation. Like I said, like you would with a friend or a close friend or a family member, and go into the call or go into the text or go into the email, whatever form of communication you're having with her, and just go into it with the pure desire to try to help her out. Like to number one, figure out what the exact problem is that she's having, because how can you help her out if you don't know what that problem is exactly? So define that problem and then do what you can to help her out. And if you don't have an actual solution, you could say, look, this is like, say she presents you with a question or a problem that you're not familiar with 100%. Say, look, I really want to get you the right answer, and I'm going to work hard to get you that answer. I just don't have that available right this second. I'm going to have to do some research to help you out. You know, I mean, that's a value creating statement right there, right? Because if I said that to you, hey, Belinda, I don't know how to answer this question. I'm going to have to go do some research, but I'll do the research and I'll get back to you, and I want to help you get through this. And if I can't be the resource for you, and if I can't figure out how to help you, then I will do my best to find you somebody that will. Boom. I mean, much more valuable could you get than that?
Right.
Because that is purely authentic and purely shows that you have the care and the desire, the compassion to help that person. Now, if they can't see that and you can see it on their face that they don't care, then it's probably not the right client for you.
Okay.
And that's no harm in saying that. Like, you can say, like, if you come across, it just depends on your personality too. But I'm the type of person where, I used to be I give everything that I would have, give of myself until there was none of me left kind of guy. And now I know that I have to feed myself first before I can feed others and feed a lot of others. Right. And that's why we have those 4 P's, is to help keep yourself fed. But I'm the type now where I've dealt with enough people through my life where if they're a time waster, or they're just there to try to, like, deface my program or my information or my product or my service, then I'll just simply and politely say, listen, I've tried to help you out on this occasion, this occasion, this occasion, and no matter what I do, it just seems like nothing is working for you. So in all due respect, I just don't feel like we're a good fit. Would you like me to help you find somebody else that could possibly help you, or can we just sever ties right now? And I had a business too, a construction business, and there were clients or potential clients where I go do estimates and try to take them on and give them a fair price, and they would choose somebody else because they may be a few $100s cheaper or $1,000 cheaper or whatever. And I would tell them, listen, I do quality work. I'm not here to do chancy work and just to save you a buck, because it's not going to last you. And then you're going to be right back needing my help again, or right back needing to fix the same problem you already had. I said, I want to give you a good resolve. And so I can't discount my price any. I've given you the best price I could up front. Well, then they go turn around, get somebody cheaper. And then sometimes even right in the middle, like that cheaper contractor never show up. They take their deposit and then leave.
Oh my.
And months later, they're calling me up saying, we gave this guy a deposit. Would you be willing to come back? We'll go ahead and pay you the extra $1,000. I'm like, no, because you chose wrong. And now you're going to be hawking over me, making
Yeah.
sure, and I don't need a babysitter. I do my job, but you're going to be hawking over me every step of the way, making sure I get this done. You're going to be calling me all the time, wondering, if I'm 5 minutes late. You're going to wonder, if I'm leaving you like the other guy. And I said, no, you had your chance. At every situation. I'm not saying that's the same for every client, but it's true. Like you have that inkling, that feeling, that know-how, but you also have that feeling in your heart and in your gut where you're like, this person's just going to soak me for time. It's just going to drain my time. It's going to drain my energy. It's going to drain my resources, whatever. So you need to know when to kind of sever those ties, but do it in a polite and professional manner, and give them an option to get out, not just be like, nope, sorry, see you later. You know,
Okay.
and that's the purpose for a lot of, when you go into building your sales funnels, that is one of the big purposes for targeting your market and for building out your sales funnels in specific strategic ways. So, because your sales funnels, I mean, you're all looking like this, but it's also, it's a filtering process. So here's your good clients, you're the ones that you really want, and they're making their way through the funnel, you know, and then the bad ones are getting stuck on the filter. So you're trying to, that's one of the purposes of a good sales funnel, is to filter out the wrong people so that you spend your time on the right people, the ones that can relate to your through line, to your why, your passion.
Okay, dope. All right.
Can I get
Thank you.
can I get an amen? David,
Amen.
yes, thank you, Belinda. Thank you. I was like, man, did I just spend all that time and I can't even get an amen out of these guys? Thank you. David, did you have a question? And after this one, I've got to go.
Yes, I did. And I've had this question burning inside me for a while during this session.
Remember, just prerequisite, I'm still a student too. I'm just helping you with the knowledge I know.
I know. Just on the side, I used to work for Kmart, and I did blue light specials.
That's
With-
awesome. And you're wearing blue. What a great day to be talking about blue light specials, right?
Yeah, and I grew to hate it.
So you worked for the retail side or the corporate side?
Retail,
Retail, okay.
doing the actual blue lights,
All right. Well,
making the announcements, public speaking.
where was that at?
Bristol, Connecticut.
Connecticut, okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, I doubt I crossed your path back then, but I know my mother used to love the blue light specials. So I remember she would specifically throw us all in the van and take us down there for that
Yeah,
blue special. And we're like,
I did sneakers. I don't remember what else. I just do remember doing sneakers.
yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, here's my question. You talked about TikTok. My big question is, who owns TikTok? And just me say a little bit more. I understood that TikTok was owned by China or someone in China, and
Google.
that our federal government was trying to outlaw the use of TikTok because of that. Can you elaborate on that?
Google it. That's my elaborate.
May I say something, David?
Please.
Wilson? So I've heard that throughout the news. I haven't seen the news in forever because I'm so busy with this now. But this other company says that, and it's someone I know, this other company, they told me, because I asked that exact question to them, and they told me that TikTok is owned by an American here in the US. Now, is that person Chinese? I don't know. Is he an American like us? I don't know. Is he Chinese American? I don't know. But all they told me is that it's owned by an American here in the US. That's all I can tell you.
Okay.
And they have no issue because of them. That's why I'm doing these TikTok lives every day. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been doing them. But I have to be accountable to myself, of course. I have to let them know once a week, hey, here are my links. I've done them. I try and do them like 5 times, maybe 6 a week. And I take Sunday off. Not to give
Can you
my
share
brain
them with me, Belinda? Can you share the links with me? Or not?
The links are about my lives. You want me to share my link with you?
I want to understand how to use TikTok, and I want to see some examples.
Let me interrupt there if you guys don't mind. So to learn TikTok, go back through the new accelerator, the brand new accelerator, because they start off teaching you about TikTok.
Okay,
That would be the best way to go if you want, rather than Belinda sharing her links with her niche and stuff. That's gonna just bog you down with stuff that doesn't pertain to your niche. So, you could follow her on TikTok. So create your TikTok account. If you don't know how, go back to lesson number 1.
Yeah.
Affiliate accelerator, new affiliate accelerator. And then look up, Belinda could share her, whatever your call name is there on TikTok. What's your call name?
It's Belinda Martinez, RPH.
RPH. So go into TikTok, and in the search bar, just when you're searching for people or pages, search for Belinda Martinez. What was the last one? Last part?
RPH.
PH.
RPH. David, I'm putting these lives also in my profile page, my fan page, and my group.
okay,
I'm doing it in Facebook. I mean, not just in TikTok. I start out in TikTok, I do the live, and then once it's done, then I copy the link and I put it in those other 3 places.
okay. Your fan page, your
Profile page
and your group.
and my group.
Okay. Thanks.
PH. Okay, so I'm looking for her right now. Okay, so I just did a search. So this is on TikTok. And I did a search for what we just talked about, Belinda Martinez, RPH. And look, there she is. So I just click on her face. And
I did that one this morning.
So then you click on her, the follow button. And then go follow. Look, Belinda, you just got a new follower.
Cool.
So yeah, just and you don't like, and you, but what am I trying to say? Oh, it says Belinda Martinez ZRP, as in zebra.
Oh,
Oh
that
no.
Z is the last letter of my last name.
Oh, Belinda Martinez RP. Okay, at Belinda Martinez RP.
Well, they didn't put the H on there. I don't know why.
So anyway, what would be good too, David, is they, like Liam's taught before, is go in and find people that are in your type of niche. So you're in the, like, for retired folks.
Yep.
But get specific about that and find specific people that are in your niche and follow them, and then just the ones that are successful at it already, and kind of not duplicate, but
The thing is this. Okay, I understand all that. I know Belinda. So when I watch something from Belinda, I hear her tone, her way of speaking, and I'm familiar with that. So I can imitate that kind of mindset very easily because I'm very familiar and comfortable with her. So like I would do that and say, oh, you know what? I see what she's talking about. And I can apply that same approach to my niche because I can just emulate her mindset, her tone of voice, all that kind of stuff in my own tone of voice, of course, but just imitate her, who I'm familiar with. She talks comfortably. I've seen her talk on other videos she's done, and I'm thinking, gee, she looks really good. And if I feel I can sound like that, I'm confident, and so it increases my level of confidence to hear somebody else that I know their personality. I don't know how to say it any other way.
Let me give you a tip, David. When I did my very first one, second one, third one, I had no idea what I was doing. No clue. I just started talking.
Yep.
But I've been doing, I don't know how many I've done lately, since I started. Let's just say 20. Let's just say 20.
Yep.
And every time you do one, you start to feel more confident, more comfortable.
Nice.
Not real comfortable, no. But you do start to have a little more confidence every time. And
Yeah.
it shows up in your voice.
Well, I'll tell you something. It was either yesterday or the day before. I finally did a video on our group. And I didn't have anything to say. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna play and do it. And I talked randomly without any kind of direction, any real purpose. But I watched myself, said, okay, that's not bad. It's not, 100% perfect, but at least I didn't feel as bad as I thought it might feel when I watched it. Again, not for any purpose, but just kind of random. And I did it. That's the first time I ever did a video on a group. And with that level of starting, then I can think about some of the things that Jeremy, that you asked me to do the other day. And I can do that a little more comfortably, but
That's
one
awesome.
other thing is that I was more focused on trying to get more progress in my own assignments before I kind of went off on a side thing.
Yeah, and if you need to use that's what our private coaching Facebook group with Liam is for, is to get comfortable. That's one of the reasons it's there. Share information, have a central place for everything. Yeah, but another reason for it is to also get comfortable. But then we also talked about not just getting comfortable with the people you're already comfortable with. Do what like Belinda was just talking about,
Right.
and getting out there and going public. And a person that is an amazing speaker, say a pastor or these public figures, Tony Robbins, whoever, didn't start out being just awesome on stage. And even if they're, I'm an extroverted person. I love being around people. I like, people call me the life of the party, whatever. But the thing is like when I'm trying to do something professional, and I also have the same characteristic as you two do, Belinda and David, of perfectionism. And so when I get up on stage and you're doing or now it used to be on stage, now it's like your stage is your camera.
Right.
It actually is public speaking, because you're talking to an audience, whether you're talking to them in person or on film. It's the same now.
Just as a side, I saw Tony Robbins in one of his earliest videos, and to compare him then with now is night and day. It was amazing.
So
it's definitely reassuring to see that kind of a thing with even somebody like Tony Robbins.
There's your answer right there.
Yep.
You just answered yourself, because you say you see it night and day. So
yeah, and I love him.
Yeah, right now will be your night, and you'll get better at it, and you'll become afternoon, and then you'll get really good at it, and then you'll be day. And then somebody's going to come along on one of these meetings that you're not on, and start talking about you and be like, yeah, I saw David Soderbergh, and to see him back then and to see him now is night and day. They're going to say the same thing about you.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Have to do it. You have to start, and you have to just get out there and do it.
Yeah, that's my main obstacle right now, is just getting myself in front of that camera.
Well, let me challenge you then on this, and that would be, even before you go public, if it helps you get closer to going public, then start posting live videos inside of our Facebook group every day.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great suggestion.
Thank you, Belinda.
It is.
And I can be as random as I want.
You can be as random as you want. And then another safe place is inside your own group. Because those are generally people that you have a commonality with, or should be, if you've added them correctly.
Right.
And so inside of your own Facebook profile, your regular personal profile, do go lives inside of that, because who's on those? That's usually people that like, and trust, right?
Absolutely. Perfect.
So you could start out inside of our group, because we understand what you're trying to do. And then when you start out in your group, which I would recommend getting on as soon as you can, because the train is leaving the station,
Right.
as far as our training goes, is what I'm talking about.
Right.
Train.
Pun not intended.
But no, you can, when you start doing them inside your group, you can even just be straight, honest, and completely authentic, and just say, hey, friends, group members, whatever. This is David. I just want to let you know that as part of my training, I'm looking to grow an online business here, and part of that is me getting out of my comfort zone and me getting out of my shell, and doing these go live videos, these live videos, and these reels and stuff. And so I'm just letting you know up front, I'm going to start doing these, and I'm going to start doing them regularly, and you can let them know even how often you want to do them. And so you're going to see these from me, and I'm just going to let you know I've never done this before. And I'm just stepping out on faith, and I'm just going to do this. And I may mess up. I may not look the way, I want to. I may not sound the way I want to. Because I got, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but I just want to throw this out there and let you guys, I'm going to start doing these videos, and I'm going to try to bring you guys value. And if there's anything you see that would help me improve on this, or anything that you would like me to discuss while doing these videos, please let me know in the comment section down below. And some people you're going to inspire, be like, man, I've been wanting to do live videos for a long time, and I've just been scared as heck to do it.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, you got your first person that's interested, all because you had the oomph to go ahead and do it yourself. And you got out of your own way. Remember what was it 2 weeks ago? Liam was talking about getting out of your own way, or 3 weeks ago, right? Just
Yep.
get out of your own way and just go do it, and do it. That repetition. Remember, we even talked about on one of our accountability calls, that repetition is like muscle memory. It's like when you have them keys in your hand and they accidentally slip out when you're talking to somebody and you're not paying attention, they slip out of your hand and you, well, that didn't happen overnight. You've dropped your keys a million times.
Yeah.
Now,
I've dropped things a million times, and I've learned how to pick them before they fall on the floor. It's actual life experience for me.
muscle memory. It's muscle memory.
Yep.
So going live is doing the same thing. And then you'll realize some people are going to give you some great positive feedback. Some won't give you any feedback at all, and then others will give you some negative feedback. Use the negative feedback to learn what they want, and to learn how to improve. It's our failures that teach us, how to grow.
Hmm.
When we were babies, how many times did we fall down before we actually started walking upright without falling down? And then still we fell down. Some people had training wheels on their bicycles. Why? Because they had to learn balance, right? Well, then when they took their training wheels off after they had plenty of hours of riding and they had learned balance, once they took their training wheels off, guess what they did? Bloop. A lot of them fall over. Maybe not right away, but they're going to have a moment where they subconsciously trust in those training wheels, and those training wheels are no longer there anymore. And so they fall down. Well, do they get upset and quit riding the motorcycle? See, they quit riding their bicycle, or do they get back up, get it back on the thing, and be like, okay, now I've learned that lesson. Now I just have to keep my balance. Right? So same with the videos. All right, guys, we are way, way over. Did that help? Was that helpful?
Major.
Okay.
Major. Thank you so much, Jeremy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Jeffrey, you've been awful quiet over there. Are you okay?
I'm just letting them get through there, because I know we're going way over our time.
Adding value. Always adding value.
Lessons. Yeah. I mean, it's lessons, and that's why we're in a cohort, because we can all learn from each other. But that doesn't matter how many books you read on any given topic. If you don't implement the things within those books, it is useless to you.
Yeah. It's like Belinda was saying from that video from Chris Smith. A story not told is worthless, right? Or something like that. A story not shared is has no value.
Story not shared doesn't serve.
Yeah.
doesn't serve. Yep.
Yep. A story not shared doesn't serve.
Yep. So get out there and do it. And then once again, I commend you for getting that video done inside of our group. So good job on that.
Thank
And
you.
good job, Belinda, on doing your TikToks every day. That's
Thank you.
awesome. So
Thank you.
we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, and the thing is none of us are perfect. And there's times when we slack off, just like I admitted to earlier, I have had a slack off period the last couple of weeks. And I'm gonna have to catch up. And you can, if you were to if my lady Christina was here right now, she would tell you that I am really hard on myself because I'm like, man, I have got to catch up. I've got to get this stuff done. And so that's the thing is you constantly, yeah, I mean, when we don't do it, then we're hard on ourselves. So then it makes things doubly hard because, now you got twice as much work to do. If we'd have just done it when we should have, then we could be getting a little bit more done. And what does Jeff Lerner say? Success loves speed.
Yeah.
So don't sit on it too long. And I'm sure we've all had one of these instances, and that is where you see some newfound technology come out or some new product or some new service or something, and you're like, that was my idea like 10 years ago. Well, guess what? Somebody decided to do something about it and got it done, and now they're the ones going to reap the reward for it, and all you have is a story of saying, I had that idea first, but I never shared it.
Right. That's not good.
Right. We've all got those stories, and some of us have multiple of those stories.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
all right, guys.
Yep.
Are we making a good week?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy.
All right. Hi, 10. 10 exit. All right. You guys have a great week. We'll talk to you later and look forward to seeing some good things from everybody. All right. Oh, don't forget. Remember, Liam wants takeaways from our accountability meeting too. So let's jump off here, go do a quick takeaways video. I'm going to do the same thing. And then let's move on and get some stuff done. D.O.
Okay.
Appreciate
Bye.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye. Take care.
Uh,